Hello, how are we doing today? Welcome to another live stream. Let's make sure we're all ready to rock and roll. I think we are, but you know what? I sound better when I sound like this. Oosh, that is one of the products that we are going to show you today in this live stream. Calvin, hello, mate. Let's get you on the stream, buddy. Hello. We all good? I need a swig of Coke Zero for that now. Hello, Tish. Sorry, let me just disable that a moment. I was coming through as a female then, wasn't I? I hope so. That's the same that I'm going for. But yes, welcome to the Cyber Monday live stream. I believe it's possibly the last day of sales. Hopefully we get some more on the run up to Christmas, but I think for November, this is it. This is the final day. So we're going to show you some products that we've got here. Sounds more like one of the chipmunks. What, my voice now? It does now. I sounded like a Christmas elf. Let's do that again. Is this my Christmas elf voice? Yes, I can be a Christmas elf for a while. Right. We may as well begin with this. Well, at the bottom... Sorry. At the bottom of the screen, the ticker is for this microphone that you're listening to now, which is the Fifine AM8. That is in the product carousel. Oh, Calvin, with the crying and laughing faces. It's good to see you, Calvin. And you as well, Tish. I hope you are both doing extremely well today. So that is one of the voices we can do on this mixer desk from Fifine. This is the SC3, once again, in the carousel, as well as the AM8 microphone. Now, as well as the female voice, we've got another 5 voices we can do. So this is the one you were listening to just, which is the female voice.
We have a robot voice which you can use. We also have the monster voice.
We have a baby voice. I think this one's probably my favourite, the baby one.
We have the elder voice. We have the male voice.
Or then you've got this weird voice, which is my voice. Maybe Fifine should just put my voice on one of these mixers. Put it down as the elf voice. I've got no sound on, but I'm just saying I'm here. I'm just waving to Caroline, because she can't hear me. Okay, let's give you a little close-up of this mixer. Sorry if it starts making noises as I pick this up, because obviously this microphone is currently plugged into the back of it. So, let's give you a little glance. Now, this is a very basic mixer, so if you're experienced with mixers and live streaming and you want to start routing audio to like different pieces of software, this won't do that. This is a very basic mixer which will allow you to connect an XLR microphone or a 1/4-inch thread microphone into the back of this and hook it up to your PC. Now, it does connect through USB-C, so that is your power cable, a USB-C cable. You also get some outputs on there. So line out will allow you to hook up some speakers and play music through this. Headphones if you want to do any kind of audio monitoring. Line in is for mobile phones and tablets. Headset is if you've got yourself a headset with a microphone on there. You can hook that into there and use this. We also get a switch for dynamic and condenser mics. Now, at the moment we are rocking the old dynamic microphone, which is why we switched on to dynamic. Wouldn't be very good if I hooked it up to condenser. What can you do with the A and D buttons? Right, your custom buttons. Now, I might not be able to show this in real time, but these custom buttons allow you to do a recording. So whatever this can hear, whether it's my voice or you've got music playing into this, if you hold one of these buttons down, it will turn white. And what that is doing now is recording everything that it can hear. So you can play this back. You can record up to 15 seconds. Once I've finished, let go. And then once I'm ready to play that recording, I just tap the button. It'll start flashing white, and that is now playing basically what I've just said. Now, I hooked up speakers last time to try this out, and it worked great. I believe if you are live streaming with your mobile phone on like Instagram or TikTok, you can do all that, press these buttons, and it will send whatever you've recorded through. So if you're doing kind of podcasts and you've got like an intro that you say all the time, rather than you keep saying it, basically record it once into there, tap the button, and you're good to go. That is what those bad boys do. So you do get 4 of those. You also get this electric button here, which is auto-tune. I tend not to use this myself, but as I go through these different options and I continue speaking, it's really difficult to continue speaking when you're kind of on the spot doing something like this. Maybe that's just me. But this is supposed to be auto-tuning my voice. I don't know if you can quite see that there. So I think we're on, is that G flat or a G flat, isn't it there? So it's basically tuning my voice into a certain key, so the key of F. So if you're doing any kind of singing, then I imagine it'll be quite good for that. It's not something I would personally use myself. And if you want to turn it off, hold the button down. You also get this button on top here, the 48V, which is 48 volts. So if you've got a microphone that requires phantom power, you can tap that button. It delivers the additional power for the microphone, which is actually like really good for how cheap this is. The colours you get as well, it sounds like I'm underwater. Maybe I am underwater. Maybe this room is just filled with water. Yeah, the auto-tune is not something I would personally use. I imagine if you do singing, then it might be beneficial. But for me, you've heard my voice. I struggle on the spot speaking. If I'm doing like live streams, I'm okay, I think. But if I had to start toggling through these buttons and keep kind of waffling on about absolutely nothing, I find that quite difficult.
Testy Westy, testy
We can
Westy.
change... Oh, I've just tapped this button down there. We can change the colours as well. So we do have various options for this. So there's like a breathing mode that goes through all the different colours. I think that's another breathing mode as well. Yeah, kind of like another breathing mode. This one, I believe, goes round there. Yeah, so we're going to go... What colour are we going next? Purple. There we are. You can select the individual colours as well. So if you want this to kind of match your background... I probably should have gone for the red, shouldn't I? I think I've missed it again. Let me find my red. That'll do. Red. Matches the background. Beautiful. Yes, I believe there's 7 individual colours on there. Or you can just go to that rainbow mode, which is the one I originally had. Like I say, I'm sorry if I'm sending like weird noises through the stream as well. Because I really shouldn't be moving that around while I'm streaming. So it's more of a preamp. So it will give you some additional gain from your microphone. I believe it's supposed to give you like 50 dB. I do tend to have this turned up loud though. So I've got this virtually on max for the microphone. I know you mentioned it last stream, Tish. But you can't... Compression, noise gate. Yeah, absolutely right. So stuff like noise gate, you would need something like this Go XLR Mini that I've got. Or if you use OBS, then you can actually use the filters in OBS to do all that. So it kind of gets around buying an expensive mixer if you use this and use OBS. I'm sure there was something else I was going to mention. Oh yeah, so routing of audio as well. So the Go XLR Mini will allow you to basically configure... let me lift this up and show you. So my Go XLR Mini, this can be very shaky now. So can you see the top there? We've got mic, chat, music and system. So I can configure those. So my music, so if I load up the old classic like Winamp, I can load up Winamp, configure it for my Go XLR Mini and control the volume from there. You can't do that with the Fifine mixer. So it is a very basic mixer, but it's a very cheap way to get an XLR microphone onto your computer. And it's also very good because you can hook mobile phones up to it and your mobile phone will power this. Well, mine did anyway, my Samsung Galaxy S21. So if you live stream on Instagram or TikTok, then you can live stream through this and you can use all the voice changes, so you don't need any additional software for that. If you're using it on a PC, well, if you use it anywhere, it's this plug and play, so there's no drivers. But because there's no drivers, there's like no software either. So, as I say, it is quite a basic mixer, but I don't think it's kind of designed to take on the big boys. It's literally to get XLR mics onto your PC. And I think it does a decent job. And obviously, if you want to use the voice changers,
then that's an added bonus. What do we get? We get 6 voices on there. So it's not bad. And the fact that this has dropped down to $39.99, Cyber Monday special, then
it is quite a good price, like $40. It's cheap, to be fair. I'm just seeing if there's any vouchers on there, 'cause sometimes you do get a voucher. No, not at the moment. So $39.99 is the price on this. It's not going to stay at that price. Pretty much all this I'm showing you today is not going to stay at the price. And yes, so ticker underneath. So the microphone you've been listening to is the Fifine AM8 microphone. That is also on the carousel. Let me just check, see if there's any vouchers on that as well. There might not be. This, I think, what they've done is they've actually sold out of these. So it's gone back to its usual price. So it's $54.99. Now you can get a pink version. You can get a white version as well. Those are $2 more expensive. But I know with Fifine is that they have a limited amount of stock for these sales. And basically once they've sold, that's it. The price has gone. And that's exactly what's happened with that one there. That works out well as well. So I've just muted that as I coughed. Yeah, I forgot to mention that as well. Yo, second. Welcome, buddy. How are you, mate? Inexpensive. It is inexpensive. It really is. Now, I forgot to mention that on the bottom of this, you also get... Oh, I moved my camera, didn't I? You also get these buttons on the bottom where we can mute each of these sliders. So, as I just coughed there, I tap that. And that mutes my microphone. So, very good if you're streaming. Because there's plenty of times where I've needed to mute the mic, like normally when I'm coughing, like just. So that's worked out very well. Audio monitoring as well. There is a button for that. I do experience some hissing with that if I've got earphones in. But I imagine it's because the microphone's picking up all the room noise as well. And to be fair, I've got a lot of noise coming from my PC, which doesn't help things. But as Tisha's just said, inexpensive. And I think for the price, it's really good for what you get. Now, I'm going to go over to a little wireless microphone because I need to start moving around. So, actually, I can show you this close up first before I move over to it. So, this is our Fifine M6 wireless microphone. They've got another version where you get 2 microphones and 1 receiver. I think it might be the M8. I've not got that one though. So this is a little wireless microphone. It charges through USB-C. On the side we have, let me get some light on here. It's a little bit dark, isn't it? We've got a button on the side to turn it on, turn it off. If we tap that once, then that will mute the mic, which is why we've got a little red light there. Tap it again, goes blue, which means that we are active. And you get a little wind filter on top, which you can just pull off if you want to. Shouldn't need to. Also a clip on the back as well to attach it to yourself, which I shall demonstrate right now. Let's clip it on. There we are. Now, I was going to say, I was about to say Calvin's going to shout at me in a minute. Carousel ticker. We are on the case. Carousel's done. Ticker isn't. So let's move this out the way. Let's go to the M6. Hello, hello. There we are. Thank you, Calvin. Absolute legend. That man is a legend. Let's have another swig of the good stuff. Okay, so what you're listening to now, let's move this out the way, is our little Fifine M6 microphone. Which means that I can like get up and walk around and you should still be able to hear me wherever I go. So I can walk over to this side of the room here. I can have a little dance and you should still be able to hear me. Just realised I've ripped my hoodie as well. Oh, that's not good. Oh, beautiful. So obviously, the huge benefit of a wireless microphone is that you're not restricted kind of sitting here at the desk. You can start walking around. It connects through USB-C, the receiver does. It works in USB-C mobile phones. So with my Samsung Galaxy S21, plug it in, no problem whatsoever. And it's very decent audio. I like it, I really do. Now, the best audio for me is kind of when I hold it like this. I prefer not to hold it like this, because it kind of defeats the purpose of like a little lavalier microphone. Oh, sorry. Now, I've just completely lost my train of thought there. What was I talking about? Talking about fish and chips and Coke Zero, weren't I? Beautiful, that's it. The Coke will get me back in the game. Yeah, so huge selling point is that you're not restricted just sitting at the desk. So it works with my Samsung Galaxy S21. Didn't need to use any additional software like Open Camera. Just work straight out of the box. No need to mess around. I tried it in WhatsApp as well. I called my brother. It's like, is this microphone working? I was like, yeah, that sounds good. That's all I need to know. So if you do any kind of live streaming and vlogging, especially vlogging, if you've got to walk around with like a selfie stick, obviously your phone is further away, which means that the quality of your audio is not going to be great. So if you can get something like this quite close to yourself, you're going to have some awesome vlogs on the go. Let me reattach myself. So you can have a listen to this for a while, whilst I'll show some more good stuff. Hands-free, absolutely, hands-free. And what should we show you next? Oh, I'm going to show you my messy drawer again. My messy drawer. Now, this is a product that I've recently had, which, it's one of those, you know when you have something and you're like, kind of like, how have I live without one of those? I'm like that with an air fryer now. We bought an air fryer, chuck everything in it. I'm like that with these cables. Let me show you the box first, before I start wandering around. Now, these are magnetic cables from a brand called Magtame. Now, I've got two cables by Magtame. We have got a USB-C to USB-C cable, and we have a USB-A to lightning cable for you iPad and iPhone fans out there. Now, you might not kind of realise this, but that cable's not falling apart like a usual cable. That is because these are magnetic, which means that if I unravel this, let me unravel my cable. So it just looks like a usual cable now. But if I wrap this up, because it's got magnets in there, it starts attaching to itself. Which means it gets rid of a lot of messy cables. Now I'm going to show you my messy cables, because I'm not scared to show you this. Let's have a wander around. Let's unlock. Do you want to say hello to Molly as well? Hello, Molly. Do you want to say hello to the stream? No, you're sitting there with your tongue out. So I've got a drawer here that is absolutely filled with messy cables. Now I'm going to try and pull one of these out. Yeah, see my problem already. I'm trying to pull one out and they're all tangled. I mean, absolutely disgraceful. Hello, Molly. There we are. Get yourself a close-up of my desk now. See what I'm working with. There we are, we're back. So, very messy drawer. And I'm not scared to show that drawer off, because I know you've got drawers like that at home. It's not just me. So here we go. We've got ourselves a... Oh, I've just kind of unclipped my microphone a bit there. I think I've just knocked it. Ooh. So we've got a lightning cable here. So standard cable, but obviously not magnetic, which means if I wrap this up like I did with the Magtame, see, it's falling to pieces. Fall into pieces. Not good. Not good at all. Now, you can get those little clips that wrap around your cable. I've got a drawer full of them because my cats keep trying to eat them. I've got a junk drawer, cable drawer. He's sorting out again. I mean, that's the thing, innit? It doesn't matter how many times you kind of sort it out. It always reverts back to being really messy. It's a little bit like my flat that I live in. We have days where we completely blitzy and it's like, oh, that looks quite tidy. Give it 2 days. Absolute mess again. So, little magnetic cable. Now, the magnets aren't like super strong, but they're strong enough to basically hold a cable like this. I've got a magnet actually. Where did I put my magnets? I think I've got them up here. Oh, let me go and grab them. Just to show that they are actually magnetic as well. Hello, John. I just came across your channel while researching the Razer Kiyo. It's half off Razer. Which Razer Kiyo? Is it the very first one they released with the light on there? Because they've got a Razer Kiyo X, they've got the Razer Kiyo Pro, and there's an Ultra as well. I've not tried the Ultra. Very impressed with the Pro though. I thought the Pro was quality. The one with the light. Yeah, I quite like the Razer stuff. The only problem with Razer is I've seen lots of reports about the Razer Synapse software causing issues. Like the webcam just doesn't get detected. I've not experienced that myself. Everything's been fine, but I thought I'd kind of pre-warn you. Was there something else I was going to say? I don't remember with the original Kiyo, but the other ones, like the Pro, the autofocus is really sensitive on there. So you could be sitting here, like not moving, and then it'll just try and refocus. It's pretty annoying. I don't know if they've done firmware updates and kind of resolved that. But if you use something like, I think you can do it in Synapse software. If you use OBS, then you can tick the box, well, basically untick the box to get rid of the autofocus, which is what I'd probably recommend doing. But yeah, I mean, all the Razer webcams I've tried, I've been quite impressed with them. They've been decent. Yes, I was showing you magnetic cable with a magnet. There we are, magnet. Now, just to show, this is not magnet. That's just gonna drop. So, not magnetic. So these cables are something that you don't really think about buying magnetic USB cables, but I guarantee it's one of those that once you have one, you're like, do you know what? It's very difficult to revert back to normal cables. Now, I showed the wife these cables, and when she had to play with it, she's like, I'm buying those in the future. It's like every time I need a new cable, that's what I'm going for. And it feels solidly built. Thank you so much for the info, to get a quick opinion from someone. Oh, I'm knowledgeable. I wouldn't say I'm knowledgeable, mate. But no, sorry, I'll just cough then and kind of peek the microphone. But no, John, if you've got any questions, feel free to ask. I'll do my very best to answer them. Now, this cable, USB-C on both ends. It is a 60-watt cable as well. So a lot of power can be delivered through this. So USB-C on both sides. Let me get my light back on. So USB-C, I can't angle these at the camera properly. USB-C on both sides. They feel solidly built as well. So I've got this long bit of plastic there. You can see a little bit of cable in that hole there. And I can bend this around, and I don't feel concerned that it's going to actually like break on there. Hasn't broken so far. In every stream so far I've done that. It's supposed to be able to withstand about 30 kilograms of weight as well. Now, the image on Amazon actually has it like lifting a car tyre up. Not something I would recommend. Here it is here. So this image there. So we get over, is that 10,000? I'm not good with numbers. Over 10,000 bends. 30 kilograms of force before it breaks. And we've got it tied up around a wheel here. So, I mean, I have tugged on the cable. And it hasn't broken so far. So, I'm happy with that. I've not got any intention of putting a car wheel on it. But it is going to make those drawers much neater than what mine is. And if you've got a laptop bag as well, especially if you go away on like holidays, you need to start chucking cables in a bag. Keep them all nice and neat. So that's your USB-C to USB-C cable. You also get the Lightning to USB-A. Now this one is not a 60-watt cable. But there we are. It's the same as the other one really. It seems very well built. Again, we can bend it I'm not really concerned that's going to break. I wouldn't recommend sitting there forever doing this. But for everyday use, I wouldn't be concerned. And the lightning connector on the other end as well. So they feel good. They really do. Now these are, I've not done my super sale yet. Get super sale on. Always, mate, John, I've just done exactly the same. I've just gone over to my drawer cables and they are disgusting. They're so filthy. Did I just have some like money scroll down the stream then? Yeah, so here's a usual cable. So if I fold that up, yeah, I think I've accidentally tapped something on my stream deck. Yeah, so a usual cable, it just does this. And they all get tangled in the drawer, I can never get them out. So you could get one of these, give it a little quick wrap up as well. I think you can wrap it up tighter than what I've done it as well. So they are good. As I say, they are magnetic. It's not a massively strong magnet in there. But just for an example there, it's pretty good. If I start shaking that, then it will begin to fall apart. But these are currently Cyber Monday special at $9.99. And it's the one time I'll agree with the wife here. I think these are the cables we're going to end up buying for like everything now. Just for neatness. So, now they're good. They are very good. So if you've got like an iPhone, iPad, that's the winner there. Unless it's the new iPhone, so I think that's USB-C, isn't it? The new one. Would not want to hang a tyre. I don't know. That's not something that would ever enter my head. Like, let's hang a tyre off this cable. See if you can withstand it. If you need to get a new cable. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I don't think we plan on throwing all our old cables out. But every time we need a new cable, then I think these magnetic ones are the winners. I really do. They're good. I like them. Braided cable as well. Very nice. But throwing some, keeping it neat together, it's a great idea. It really is. And I was just wondering if you could... Oh yeah, you can kind of stick them together as well. So if you want to keep them super neat, then yeah, as I say, then it's not amazingly strung, the magnet, but yeah, that kind of held together. Probably not something I would do, put them all next to each other, but it seems that you can do that. So nah, them good. Like I say, it's the one thing me and the wife have agreed on, that these cables are actually good. Right. Let's try and keep your hands warm now. With the O Cooper. Do you know, I'm not... Oh, sorry, I keep looking at the wrong screen up here. Bear with me whilst I try and find my mouse cursor. So we've got some hand warmers from O Cooper. So we've got one there, and we've got another one as well. Here we are. 2 lots of hand warmers. Now these are a little bit different. A little bit different in functionality as well. I will explain. Let's get the first one out. Now I'm looking at my little iPhone here. Carousel. I've done carousel. I don't need to do ticker. Carousel, I've got it, Calvin. I'm getting good in my old age. Not really. So with winter well and truly on the way, we have a nice little hand warmer here. Now I'll probably need to show you this on the other camera. So we've got this nice blue version here. I do actually really like the colour on that. Now can we get the text on there? Can you see there? It's a 5200 milliamp battery built into this. Now it's very basic to use. Now, these are kind of the presents I could imagine I'm going to end up getting, like family members. Especially my older ones, because they're so easy, like my nan. So if you want to keep your hands warm, hold this button down. And see our little, oh, wrong way Andy, little red lights come on there. We've got one light, which means we're on the lowest temperature setting. Tap it once to go to 2 lights, tap it again to go to 3. If you give this a quick double tap, it will tell you how much battery life is left in the device as well. And that is already beginning to warm up. So we've just got onto the highest power. And that is warming up already. Now this heats up on both sides. Where you've got the white plastic, that doesn't heat up, so it's literally where the colour is, so this blue colour on both sides. And that is nice and toasty now. Oh yeah, I need to tell you that it charges through USB-C, which is kind of what I want for everything. That's what I've started doing now on Amazon. I've been looking for things that I can use that are USB-C. So the other day I was looking for electric screwdriver, but it's got to charge through USB-C. If it doesn't, I don't want it. It's like I've got a Bosch electric screwdriver, which I'll be honest is great. It's so good. But it charges through like a normal plug. I don't want that now. I want everything through USB-C. I want my laptop to charge through USB-C. That's what I want. Oh, nice and warm. Now, in the box, we also get this little converter as well. Sorry, loading up the wrong page. We have this little converter, which is USB-C on the one end and USB-A on the other. That is because we can plug this into the top, like so. Sorry, my face is in focus in it. Why do I set my cameras up like this? Better show you on this camera. So we can plug that in top there, and we can plug a USB-A cable in there, because this actually doubles up as a charger for your mobile devices, whether it be a mobile phone or a tablet. You can use the battery from this to charge your device up, which is very good, because if you use this through the winter as a hand warmer, when next year rolls around, it's like about 40 degrees outside and you're sweating. Rather than using it as a hand warmer, just use it as a battery pack, so you can go out and about and charge your mobile phone up. Now, if you do use it as a battery pack, it does turn the heat off, so even if this is switched on and you plug in a mobile phone, this will disable itself to charge the phone up. So whatever you're charging takes priority over the heat. But you can plug USB-C direct into there. You don't need to use this converter. Ooh, if you don't want to. I don't think I'm ever going to use the converter again, because I've dropped it and I can't see it. Got a job for you, Calvin. Towards the end of the stream, say, Andy, don't forget to pick that thing up off the floor. Oh, it's nice and toasty. Beautiful. Yeah, so that is currently 19... What's my carousel saying for this? $19.58. Now, you do get various colours as well. Let me find the listing page. There we are. I've got a different price on the listing here. I've got $20, but on my carousel I've got 19, so we'll just say it's 19. So you can buy multiple packs, so you can buy 2 packs of these. You can get black, we've got the blue. There's another like blended blue one there, which is called Dawn. We've got a pink one, midnight green. We have Nebula, which is like a space effect. Ocean Wave, which is kind of how I paint my walls. And then we've got Astro Navy. Yeah, oh actually, these ones at the bottom here, this Astro Navy, these are 18 watt chargers, so you should be able to fast charge these ones. The one I've got here is not the fast charging one. But if you do want a fast charging one, these ones at the bottom of these listings here are the ones. 18 watts. Oosh, beautiful. Now, let me put this back in there. Gotcha, I will remind you. Thank you, Calvin. I appreciate that. I'll definitely forget, and my cats will start chewing it. Without doubt. It's lucky I've closed the door, because the cats would be chewing it right now. Okay, we've got another hand warmer for you. Just in time for those very cold months. And do you know what? I've got football tonight. I'm slightly tempted to play and hold these. Keep my hands warm whilst I'm playing. Now, this is a little bit different. So the one that was one unit that we've just shown you, we've got this one now, which is individual ones. Let me come this camera, give you a closer look. So these are 2 hand warmers. So you get both of these. You don't have to buy these individually. This top rubber part here, where my finger is rubbing so elegantly, that's what heats up. This plastic part on the bottom here doesn't heat up. Do bear that in mind. you'll be able to see that it is a 2600 milliamp battery in each of these. Both got 2600 milliamp. So 5200 in total. Once again, very simple to use. Charges through USB-C. If we hold this button down for a few seconds, you'll see we've got these red LED lights, and already that temperature is coming through. I can feel the heat. So again, level 1, level 2, level 3. If we double tap that, it will turn blue, which is our battery level. So we got ourselves a nice full battery in this. And it's exactly the same with the second one as well. So there we are, level 3 on that. Now, these are magnetic, so if you don't want to hold them like this in your hands, you can stick them together. They are magnetic. And then you can hold it like the other one. And obviously, if you have it like this, you can't get your fingers in between to the cold end of the plastic. So it's warm on each side. But you can just pull them away. You can put it on upside down as well, and it looks like that. But just flip it. I don't think it drops off if you have it like that. No, I think if you shake it, it might do. But nice and warm. Now, I never mentioned temperatures and battery life, did I, on these? Okay, so this is your UT2S. This is currently... Oh, I need to check this because I'm pretty sure... Oh, there is as well. Here we go, super sale. Now, these have dropped down to $24.99. But there's another $5 off there, so you can get these for $19.99. Just make sure you tick that box. Get yourself a nice saving. This is actually like nice and warm. Oh, it's burning my hands. I love it. Is my super sale like ever going to turn itself off? Right, this is a seat. Oh, there we go. It's gone now. Not quite sure why super sale stayed on forever. Now, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, temperature and battery life on these. Okay, so on the lowest setting, on level 1, you get 6 hours of battery life. You get 5 hours on medium, 4 hours on high. The temperatures, I've had to make a note on temperatures because my memory's shocking. On the lowest setting on this, you get 108 degrees Fahrenheit. Medium setting is 117 degrees Fahrenheit. And the high setting is 126 degrees Fahrenheit. They will take roughly around 3 hours to charge. And the cable that gets included as well, which is what I really like, is it's USB-A on one end. And on the other end, you get 2 USB-Cs as well. So you only need the one cable to allow you to charge both of these at the same time, which is great, to be fair. So I can plug one in there, plug one in there. There we are. Then plug our USB-A in, and then we're off to the races. Beautiful toasty, absolutely. It is very toasty. I've got it on I've got that one on the hottest setting, this one on the lowest. Yeah, you can feel the difference between the two as well. Oh. But very nice. And obviously, I was going to say if you play sports, more if you spectate sports. The wife could have done with these when she used to watch me play Sunday League football, because it was amazingly cold. I was cold on the pitch running around, so she must have been freezing. But yeah, very good. There was something I forgot to mention on those cables as well, but luckily this is going to work out quite well because I can show you my charger I've got. Okay, so my little charger down here. Let me unplug these cables. You know, when I do these streams, I absolutely trash my room. Right, on the carousel now, we have this 120 watt charger, which is completely silent, so no sound comes from this, no hissing, whirling, anything like that. We get 6 connections on the bottom of this. You'll notice we have a little laptop symbol there, in between C1 and C2. That is because we can deliver 65 watts of power to either one of these. If we plug something into both of these, then this takes priority with the mouse power. So I believe it's 45 watts goes to this. And I'm going to have to just double check that because I don't want to give you false information. I believe it was 45 watts. Let me just do a quick search. There is a key on the back of this as well. I think it might tell me on there. Yes, it does. 45 watts. Yeah, I probably should have just looked at that key, shouldn't I? So on the back of this, it kind of tells you how the power gets distributed. So 45 watts plus 20 watts. So you'll see one is the Mac Daddy port. That's where it gets the mouse power. If you plug just one device into there, you'll get the full 65 watts. If you plug something in there, you'll get 45 watts into this, 20 watts into that. Now, the key on the back of this, I don't know why, I find that more difficult to understand. Most people probably look at that and I'm like, yeah, that makes complete sense to me. But the actual listing on Amazon is much better. I think it's because it's got an image on there, which I'm just going to fire up now for you. So this image here, I don't know why, that makes a lot more sense to me. So even if you use the C2 port on its own, you get 65 watts, just if you use them both together. And even if you use the two C1, C2 ports and use every other port, you're still going to get 45 watts and 20 watts on those two ports. So it's very useful. As I say, there's no sound that comes from this. It's performed brilliantly for me, to be honest. I'm actually over the moon with it. Now, the one thing I was going to show you, because obviously this is a 60 watt cable, so this is a beast. Now, so this is the magnetic cable that I've just shown you from Magtime. So if I plug that in there, let me find my phone, which I think I've still got my camera software loaded up. Maybe not. Okay, so if I plug this in, I hope this works now, else I'm going to look very silly. At the bottom of the screen, can you see it says super fast charging? Ooh, that's something that I never normally get. So the charger I got with my phone, I get fast charging, which I was over the moon with. Plugged it into this with this cable, and we get super fast charging. So it's good. Good charger, good cable. Working great, awesome. Now, price on this is currently $23.99. It's down from $30. So again, really good saving. I was looking to see if there was a coupon on there, but there's not. I think my cat's loitering by the door. I think she wants to go out. Let me see if she wants to move. You alright, Mol? Do you want to come out, mate? She open the door for you? I'll leave the door propped open so she can come back in if she wants to. That means the kittens are probably going to come clambering in now. Right, let's see what we've got on the carousel. Ooh. Okay, I might need to show you the Fifine mic, because I've got a claim thing at the bottom, which means it's a lightning deal, which means it's probably going to sell out. So, let's go over to our little RGB microphone here. Now, I know you've seen this 100 times, Calvin. I really should tidy up on the fly as well, whilst I'm doing all this. So, if you're beginning content creation, beginning like a YouTube channel, if you're doing Amazon Live and you need a microphone, this is the one I recommend because it's very cheap, but it sounds really good for the price. So I think, I will show you around it first. So you'll be able to see we've got some RGB lights on there. We can't control those. What you see is what you get. You can mute the mic as well. So if you're in the middle of playing, I don't know, PUBG or Apex Legends and you're about to start swearing, you can mute the microphone very quickly. You get a pop filter on the front. You get a shock mount as well. Now this is all for $27.99. Ridiculous price. You get a volume control knob on the bottom there. It comes with a stand, which I always say on every stream that it's quite flimsy. I mean, you can put it down. It will do the job. I mean, to be fair, it's fine. I think I'm a little bit harsh with it, to be honest. But you can get something that's a little bit more robust like that from Samsung. If you're on Amazon, you'll see it in the product carousel, in the description on YouTube. Very heavy duty stand, and you don't need a converter for this mic for this. It automatically just screws on there. Well, not automatically. That'd be great if it automatically did it for you. You've got to screw it on. Now let's have a little listen. Let me disable this mic. And then we go over to this one. So this is your Fifine A6V. Ooh, yep. Sorry, Calvin. Sorry. There we are. Ticker and carousel when you're ready. Carousel was done. Ticker wasn't. Right. Let me find the listing for this just in case there is anything else extra off for it. But it's $27.99. It would be a great Christmas present if you've got somebody who just wants to create content, even plays games online. So if they've got a PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5 and they want better audio, this is a really good place to start. Now, you can get this a little bit cheaper if you go for that version, which is I think it's classed as the red version, that one, but it never looks red to me. Yeah, red. It looks pink, but you've got multiple colours you can choose from. There's a white version, there's an actual pink version, a blue version, and the black version, which is the one that we've got. And I'll be honest, I think it sounds pretty good for the price of it. I really do. There, good for just starting out. Absolutely. I mean, you might find out that you want to kind of take it up as a career. You want to create content consistently, and you're really interested in doing it, and you may want to upgrade the microphone in the future, but just to get you up and running, to kind of test the waters, make sure it's something that you want to do, I don't think you can really go wrong with this mic. It's great. Now, that stand can be took off. You can mount it onto a boom arm. I believe you get a converter in the box as well to be able to do that. But if you get a arm which has got 5/8 of an inch thread, which is that thread there, so it's the thicker one. It's not going to get in focus. In focus, is it? It's just going to keep looking at my face. So that is the 5/8 of an inch thread. It mounts directly onto that with no converter. If you need a 3/8 of an inch, I'm pretty sure it comes with the converter. I think it does. Now this connects through USB-C into the back of the mic, USB-A into your devices, whether that's a PlayStation, a Mac, or a PC. Once again, with all this fine stuff, it is plug and play. You don't need any drivers, nothing to install, so it's simple to set up. Plug it in, you are good to go. Now, that is currently on a lightning deal. You'll be able to see it up here, and 18% has been claimed already. Now, that I don't think that was on a lightning deal when I started the stream. So these do sell very quickly. And I may as well show you the other RGB one as well. Because when I said that you can't change the light sequence on this one, you can on this one. So this is the Fifine Ampligame A8 microphone. So there are a few differences. First one being that the stand is a little bit more robust on this. Got some nice rubber on the bottom there, so it won't scratch surfaces. It is a little bit taller, a little bit wider as well. So the shock mount on this looks kind of more premium. Still connects through USB-C, but you also get a 3.5mm socket there for audio monitoring, so you can make sure your audio is coming through fine. On the back, there is a button where we can toggle between all the different light modes. So you've got all these individual static colours. I believe there's 7 static colours on there. There might be 8 actually. We also get a blended mode, which is very much like this one here. And you've got a mode that goes through each of the static colours individually. So we've got blues merging into purples, into the pinks, into the reds, and so on. You can disable that. So if we hold that button on the back, light goes off and the microphone will still work. This one doesn't. You can only basically mute this to get rid of those lights, which is not ideal. You do get a mute button on this as well. Tap that. Oh, I can see my cat in the background as well, wandering around. Which one is it? It's Molly. She may go and lay down next to those lights. But let's have a little listen. Now, I'm on the ball carving. We're going to go from that ticker to that ticker. And here we are. Fifine AM8, A8, not the AM8, A8. So this is the microphone that allows you to change those RGB lights. This is an idea of what it sounds like. It is a condenser microphone. Pretty much with every microphone, main audio is going to come directly through the front. It'll pick up a little bit from the sides. It tries to reject some from the back, but not as good as something like a dynamic microphone. But I think condenser microphones are supposed to kind of give you better audio. I might be completely wrong on that, but especially if you're playing instruments, I think it's supposed to pick up like a better range of frequencies. But yeah, I mean, how much is this one? Let's have a look. I believe this is on sale as well. I'm a bit scared to hit the super sale button because it didn't seem to go off last time. But we're going to risk it. Risk it for a chocolate biscuit. There we are, super sale. Now, this is $39.09. Once again, this is on one of those lightning deals. So let me get it loaded up. Here we are. So this has just started on a lightning deal as well. 4% has been claimed so far. $39.09. You can get a pink version for $40.79. If the image is going to load up. There we are. There's also a white version, which I think I need to click on for them to load, which is $39.94. There's also this other mic as well, which is the plus version. I don't have this one, but this is the one where you can start changing polar patterns on the microphone. So this is the one we're rocking with. $39.09. A Cyber Monday deal. So as I say, I think after today, all these prices are just going to go back up. So if you're looking for presents for people, presents for yourself, I think today is going to be a very good day to buy some stuff. Let's see what else we've got. Do have a look on the product carousel as well. If there's anything you can see on there that you like the looks of, then do let us know. I will happily bring it onto the stream. And I think I will show you the headset, 'cause I'm just seeing that's on a lightning deal. Everything's on lightning deals. So I have a Fifine H6 headset, which is this little bad boy here, which is currently on sale for $31.99. Again, in the top right, lightning deal. 13% has been claimed so far. You can get a nice pink version, a nice white version as well. But we are rocking the black version. And I've actually got the mic on this as well. Do you know what? Let's shoot over to that mic. Might as well let you have a listen. Hello, hello. Now, tickers. What have we got at the moment? A8. You can go. Here we go. H6 headset. So what you're listening to now is this microphone, which I say it's inbuilt. It's removable. So if you don't want this microphone in the headset, we can just unclip it. I won't do it just yet because you'll hear it through the stream. Now we've got RGB lights on either side. Just realised I need to kind of shave this down as well. Look at that. Look how bald I am. I better not take those off because you won't hear me. We do have some rubber, some foam on the top there for my bald head. We've got them on the cans as well. But this is a 7.1. Yeah, I've just realised I've not set the mic up on that scene as well. So bear with me. Let me go to my wireless mic a moment. Okay, I'm on the wireless mic now. So 7.1 audio. We can disable that. We don't need to use that if you don't want to. I personally like it, like the surround sound kind of stuff. Volume controls up and down. Now that controls the volume for the headset, not the microphone. On the one side we have a little switch, which if we pull it up, it will mute the microphone. Pull it down, makes the microphone active. And on this side we have music, gaming and movies, because you've got 3 EQ settings here, which at the push of a button you can toggle between those different modes. Now I tend to always have it on the game mode because I just get extra bass on there. That is literally the only reason. So if I'm playing games, I've got gaming mode. If I'm watching movies which are kind of action-packed, there's lots of explosions, I still have the gaming mode because it just makes those explosion sounds better to me. All personal preference though. There we are. Sorry, my eyes don't work that well. So I was looking for the microphone for the headset on OBS and just couldn't spot it. But yeah, this is the audio you're going to get through the headset. Again, you can use this with PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5. So if you are a gamer, you can use it on those consoles. Not on Xboxes, although I believe there is a way to get it to work using the Xbox Live app on the PC. I think there's a way you can do it, but you need YouTube videos for that. And there's no filters on this mic. What you're listening to now is exactly what you will get straight out of the box. It is plug and play, so no need for any drivers. Info Mundo. Welcome to the stream, buddy. How are you, mate? So yeah, I played some Apex Legends with this last night. I'd love to say that I won, and I could say it was because of the headset, but I didn't. I think second place was the highest we finished. No wins last night. I had a dry run. Right, I'm going back to my wireless mic. There we are. We're back on the old wireless mic now. So yeah, oh, wrong one. I'm very pleased with that headset. Really good. I do like it. Now, I've never used the expensive headsets. I've only ever really bought like the $10, $20 headsets. This one is $31.99, and I'll be honest, I've got no reason to change it. It sounds great, it really does. I like it. Even when I'm sitting there stressing, doing video editing. Normally got that on, blasting some kind of music. Right, let's see, is there anything else we can show? Oh, we might as well show you the Ulanzi tripod, which I did have. I don't know where I've put it. Oh dear, it's down here. Oh, yes. The old trusty tripod, which I actually used yesterday to film something. Right, tripod from Ulanzi. If you're into content creation, and if you're anything like me, you've got one of these big tripods like this, and you go out and about. I go to my brother's house to film some stuff, and I always forget that tripod. Don't know why, because I have to take the camera off the tripod. You'd think, mentally, I'll just remember the tripod. Always forget it. So this stays in my laptop bag, because I don't think I've forgot my laptop yet. And this has bailed me out so many times. Now, it is a plastic tripod by Ulanzi. And what you can do, which I wasn't aware of, so we've got a 1/4" thread on top, so you can mount like converters, anything like that, cameras. You can flip this open, and put your mobile phone in there, and that does stretch as well. So I wasn't aware of that, so I was putting converters on that when I didn't need to. We do have a ball head as well, so we can loosen it there. We can rotate this around, and we can even put it at a 90-degree angle. So if you want to film things in portrait mode, then you can do that with this. It extends. Again, I wasn't aware that it extended. Oosh, look at that. So if you want to use it like a vlogging stick, you can do that. So we can put a phone in there, tilt it downwards, tighten it, and then we can like do some vlogging. Hello, hello. So there's quite a lot of length on that. And, oh, let's pull him down because I'm going to end up causing damage, aren't I? You can pull the legs out, so it is just a tripod as well. So if you want to shoot some static shots, you can do that. And as I say, this has bailed me out. Obviously, mobile phones work a treat in there. My mirrorless camera works in there as well, but you don't want to put too much weight on there. So at the moment, you'll see my camera, I've got a light, a microphone, a screen on there as well. It's a little bit too much weight for this. So if I put it on like that, I've got this big massive lens as well, Sigma lens. It will start going down. If you're using just a stock lens on a camera, you shouldn't have an issue. I think the payload is around like 3 kilograms, so anything more than that, and this will just start dropping down. But very pleased with that. It's been great. It really has. You can lock the legs as well. I didn't mention that, did I? So once you're extended, you do have this little red dial there. Tighten that, and then your legs are locked in place. So very good. Currently on the old trusty super sale as well. Currently $20.76. Needs to be in my kit so I can use it for all occasions. Mate, I like it. I really do. Not too heavy either. It's decent. I suppose the only thing that it hasn't got, you know, like this tripod here, it's got a little hook on the bottom. So you can basically put bags on there to hold it down. This one doesn't come with that. I imagine you could maybe put something in between the legs to keep it down if you was out and it was a windy day. But yeah, I've got no complaints. It's, like I say, it's sorted me out on many of occasion. It really has. So yes, do have a look at the carousel, see if there's anything that you would like us to check out. Oh, got another super sale as well. So speaking of content creation, this was something I bought recently because I've got loads of memory cards and they just drop all over the place. So I end up buying that bad boy. Oosh, I've literally just dropped a card out of there. That's me not putting them in properly. Or putting them in backwards. Now, this is by Kiora Photo. So we can fit 24 memory cards in there. And you're probably thinking, Andy, that's not 24. That's 12. Like, how is that 24? That is because underneath the SDs, you have the slot for the micro SD. So if I've got a micro SD there, I can just put a SD card over the top, which I think I've put in the wrong way. There we are. So you can cover all your micro SDs with SD cards, so you can fit 24 cards in there. So really good. Now it is made of plastic, but it feels very solid. We've got a little clip on there as well, which once that clips down, you'll leave it snap in place. That's just not opening at all. And it's another one of those. There was a listing on Amazon where there was like a car driving over it. Again, I'm not going to do that. I don't think that's going to happen. You watch it happen there and I'll be crying on next week's stream. But yeah, that's very basic, but much better than my previous card holder. I'll give you one last glance at it. So yeah, it's red and black. Holds all those cards nicely in there. And there's that little clip there as well. We do get this hook if you want to basically hook it to yourself. But again, it's probably not something that I would personally use. Super useful. Mate, it is. It really is. Those card holders are useful, can slot in your bag. It's another one of those. It goes in my laptop bag. Take it to my brother's. Because the number of times I've done that, I've took my camera to my brother's to leave the memory card in my PC up here. Oh, I've done that loads as well. Right, what else have we got? Right, I've got some headphones as well. Now, I've got two lots of headphones. I might as well show them both at the same time. So you can just look at the difference between them. So I've got some headphones from TechNet, and I've got these ones, which are just called 6S, I think. Now, I do actually use both of these. Now, these were my original ones. Let's get close up for you here. So, these were my original ones that I was using. Both of these are Bluetooth headsets as well. So, I hooked them up to my mobile phone and I wear them when I go out walking or if I go to the gym. You see there, we've got a little phone symbol, so you can answer phone calls with this. It's got an inbuilt microphone. We can skip tracks left and right. We can pause them. The M button is basically settings, so like bass mode, treble mode, all that good stuff. So you do get some different presets in there. We get some padding there. Now, we don't get padding on top. We get like this thin layer of rubber, which looks concerning, but I've not had an issue with that. And I'm bald, and it's been great. You do get a 1/4 inch, sorry, a 3/8 of an inch, sorry, a 3.5 mil, sorry, 3.5 mil socket there. And this actually charges through, oh, sorry, not very good at putting things in centre of frame, USB-C. And on the side here, there's also a slot for micro SD cards. So you can load music or podcasts up onto a micro SD card, put them in here, then you don't need the Bluetooth feature then. So you don't need to drain the battery on your phone, beaming songs and YouTube videos to this. You can save everything onto a micro SD, plug it directly into there, and just take this out if you don't want to take your phone places. Now, I bought this, I was like extremely pleased with it. And then I bought some TechNet ones. Now these are $11.99. Once again, super sale. Then I've had some TechNet ones, and these are $15.98. So they're going to cost you like $4 extra. But these feel more premium than those. So they just feel better, to be honest. Not kind of bad-mouthing the other ones, because the other ones I still use pretty much every day. Now, the buttons on these are on the side here, so we can turn volume up and down. That allows us to pause tracks. We have the EQ setting as well. You do get 3 modes, which is basically like a treble mode, a bass mode. The other one is a mixture of the both. We get the 3.5 mil socket, we get an inbuilt microphone, and this charges through USB-C as well. You don't get the micro SD card slot on this one. So the cheaper one, if like the micro SD card is something that you need, then that's probably going to be the winner. And to be honest, it's been great, no issues. And I've worn both of these at the gym as well. So I've been jogging on a treadmill, and they haven't fallen off my head, which is something I'm always concerned about with like headphones and earphones. But now they've been decent. So if you want something that's a little bit more premium quality, the TechNet ones are probably the ones to go for. If you're looking for something that can play micro SD cards, then these have been fine. They really have. Now, I'm not great when it comes to audio quality. As long as I can hear something, then I'm happy. Unless it's like really hissy and crackly, then obviously I'm not too pleased then. But yes, I use these pretty much every day. Calvin put that's clever, you can put an SD card in there. Yeah, so the little ones, the little micro SD ones. It's a good feature to have. I'm surprised more headphones don't have them. Right, is there anything else that I can show you? So, if you're on Amazon Live, do check that carousel out. If you're on YouTube, check out the description below. We do have all the products, so give us a shout if you see anything there that you would like to see. So I've shown you our fine mics. We've had a look at the old Cooper hand warmers. We've had a look at our Magtime cables, which I'm still very pleased with. Need to get a few more of those, I think. I'll tell you what, let's go over to our main microphone. So Calvin's going to shout at me and say ticker. There we are. Let's move over to this bad boy. Hello, testing. There we are. So let's unclip this a moment, because I don't think I'm going to need to move around too much now until I'm cleaning up after stream. So what you're listening to now is the Fifine K688 microphone. I should have looked at the ticker then. Sorry, I've got so many like model numbers in my head. I forget them all. Now, this is on, again, a super sale. Now, this is the cheapest I've seen it. This is currently $58.39. It is a dynamic microphone, and this is the microphone I use for pretty much everything that I record. I will sometimes use the AM8 if I go to my brother's to record some stuff. If I'm out and about and I'm recording, I will use the Fifine M6. If I'm just on my PC at home, if it's gaming or I'm recording stuff for like YouTube, this is the mic I'm using. Now, it is a dynamic mic, which means it's going to reject quite a lot of noise from the back as well. So if you're typing on a keyboard, I think dynamic mics are probably the way to go. If you've got a lot of room noise as well, I think dynamic's probably the way to go. I've had no issues with this. You can connect it to XLR or USB-C that is. You can do audio monitoring as well. And you can hook both cables up at the same time, which is what we've done. So you're listening to the XLR version. And let me just find the USB version. I think I've set it up. Yes, I did. This is the USB version. So this is the raw audio straight out of the box. So if you use this on a PlayStation, this is what it's going to sound like. If you use a mixing desk like we are, Go XLR Mini, then you can get it to sound something like this because you do have all those equalization settings. So you can basically change the way your voice sounds. Probably not to the extent of that voice changer, that mixer down there. But this is basically what it sounds like. And as I say, this is kind of what I use all the time. So if you ever play a game with me, like Apex Legends or PUBG, this is the microphone I'm raging into. No, I don't think I rage. I think I'm a good lad. I'm too old to rage. So, what time are we looking at here? Oh, nearly 5 o'clock. Yeah, I've got 3 minutes because I'm playing football tonight. So I do need to make a move. I need to pop to my nan's. I need to be a good grandson, don't I? Visit my nan before football. So I don't think anybody's asked for anything to be shown on Amazon, which is all good. Peter, hello Peter. You alright, mate? Peter, I'm literally here for like a few more minutes because I've got to get myself kitted up ready to play some football tonight. But how you doing, Peter? You okay, mate? Calvin, have you bought anything through the sales? I'll tell you what I've bought. Well, if my brain works, I'll tell you what I've bought. I forgot what I've bought. Do you know what I have bought? The top of our stairs. We've got basically like an opening, like where a door should be. So we lose a load of heat, like down the stairs. I've bought this. Basically, it's like a temporary door. It's like fabric that sticks around the frame and basically blocks all the cold air from coming in and out. I need to film it actually. I need to get it mounted. But yeah, that's what I've been spending money on. Yeah, you are late. On to the naughty step, Peter. But now I hope you're well, Peter. Haven't bought anything. I think that's maybe the only thing I have bought. Let me have a quick look through my Amazon. I tried to start getting Christmas presents as well. But, oh, to be fair, I have bought a couple of things. I bought another memory card. Don't know why. You've just seen that case. I've got loads of memory cards. But I bought another one. You alright, Mol? You alright, Mol? Could you hear my cat making a noise then? I think my cat gets lonely and starts whimpering. She normally does it at night, so you have to come in and check on her. Then she jumps in and like goes to sleep with us. I've bought a external monitor stand as well. Because when I go down to my brother's to do some filming and like editing, I normally have a second screen. And I've been using this thing, which is my mobile phone one. So I can kind of get my screen on there, but I have to have it tilted at a certain angle. But I went and bought a larger one. So I bought that as well. I bought a little newer external screen thing for my camera as well. I did already have one, but I quite like the newer product, so I bought one of those. And I think that's it. I think that's what I've been buying. Apart from, like, cat food. But that goes without saying. All I ever do is buy cat food. You could hear her. Yeah, I mean, she's alright now. She's, well, you can see her next to the light. Few different auto cues, but nothing bought yet. Still researching. As in the teleprompters. Have you used one before, Calvin? Teleprompter. I've got one you can try out if you want to. Let me grab it. Oh. Yeah, I did. That's the word. But I think it could help me. I mean, it's worth trying out. Yeah, mate. If you want to try it out, you can have a little play with this if you want to. It's got all mounting rings on the back as well, 49mm up to 82mm. I did do a video on it. I forgot how to use it, to be honest. It's been that long. If I remember right, you clamp your mobile phone into the bottom and it projects what it can see on the phone onto the screen. But now let me know, mate, if you want to give it a little play around with it. More than welcome to test it out. Right, I think I better go and start getting ready for football, hadn't I? So thank you everybody who stopped by the stream. I can see that somebody's on Amazon Live and they're currently looking at this microphone as well. So hopefully you've been able to jump into the stream. You've had yourself a listen to what it sounds like. And have a great evening at football. Mate, it's going to be hammering down with rain. Look at it. It's 5 o'clock and it's pitch black dark outside. Not good. Right, yes. Let's go and make a move. I can feed my cats as well. So, let's see if I do this properly. Now, a previous stream, I left the stream running. I ended my stream on OBS. And I was on Twitch at the time. And it continued to to record. And luckily, all I was doing was packing things away. So it weren't too bad. Gonna be cold, wet and dark for sure. Yeah, it is. Not looking forward to it. I think I'll be wearing a hat tonight. Right. Thank you as always, Calvin. Absolute pleasure. Thank you for being in here, mate, and keeping me company. We had Info Mundo as well, who popped in. Thank you for stopping by, buddy. We've had Peter, who jumped in. Peter, I hope you're well, mate. And look after yourself. Pick up the hole. Yes, Calvin. Thank you. That's why you are the #1 mod in the world. Because you remember things like that. Whereas I don't. Right. I need to go now that is fresh in my brain. So, thank you. Absolute pleasure. We will see you all very soon. Have a great